Hello, all my yarn lovers, fiber artists, craft curious, spectators. I don't know if we're going to do WIP Wednesday video yet this week or not, because, well, I explained it on Mondays with May, and on my chocolate Tuesday video, yeah, having family over for Thanksgiving, cleaning, hosting, plus daughter prep for Christmas, if we want to do Christmas together, send the gifts home, all of that. And so I wasn't going to make a video. No, I don't know if you're going to see this on WIP Wednesday, or maybe we'll just put it together in a quick clip for Thursday or later on. I know some people do not like to see Christmas before Thanksgiving. So you know what, if you're one of those, you can come back and watch after Thanksgiving too, if you want to hang out with me. I don't know if I'm going to even post this video or not, but I know some people just like the company, right? I'm on YouTube pretty much every day. I posted a video every single day since the 4th of July. And I know some people just kind of like the company, right? Some people get kind of, you know, reliant on having their YouTube people there. I got my favorite YouTube people that I like to hang out with when they're doing life, no matter what they're doing. So I was like, some people might like that. So if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for choosing to come back, hang out, spend a little bit of your day with me, and thank you for your patience while I briefly introduce myself to anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name is May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies, and I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. So I'm also knit and crochet by feel. Now, I'm not totally colorblind, but I'm not totally blind. I am totally colorblind. I've been totally colorblind my entire life. I'm not totally blind, but I am too blind to ride and live, you know, kind of in a remote location, pretty far from my family. So they come up to see me a couple of times a year. OMG, y'all! This Christmas tree stuck in that box. Yikes! Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. There's another one of our plastic legs. Wow. It's like somebody really packed this away last year. It's really tight. And yes, that somebody would be me. Oh my goodness. I need like another set of hands here. We got 3 legs out at least of our Christmas tree box. So anyways, but I said I didn't know if I could be here this week because I'm just setting up for Christmas. Oh my goodness. Wow. This baby is packed in there tight, y'all. So anyways, I do just have like a little artificial tree. Now, I live on a rural property where we probably have like 100 natural pine trees, and I can't lie. A lot of times I'm super tempted to go out there, chop one of the little ones down, bring it inside for Christmas, but you know what? Then I would miss it. So I just stick with my little artificial tree. This is the same one I've had since, you know, I don't know how long I've had this one, but since my apartment days, let's say that. Since my apartment days. So anyway, I got family. If you missed it, I got family on Mondays with May and Tuesday, Tackle Tuesday. My parents are elderly, but they are coming to see me. My daddy's 89. He'll be driving, but I don't want him driving in the winter time. So where I live, we do get snow, fog, all of that. Okay, so I do like to try to have some kind of sense of Christmas with them. So I just put up my same little artificial tree. I'm going to tell you guys, this is one of those little artificial like tabletop trees that, uh-oh, I think I bumped my little garland with my ornament. So this is one of those little tabletop trees, right, that you just get at like a Walmart or something. That's got lights on it already. But this tree is so old that, the lights that came with the tree don't work anymore, y'all. They don't. The lights do not work that came on the tree, but I'm too cheap to buy a new tree. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. That's a fact. I love Christmas. And I know some of you don't celebrate Christmas. If you don't, that's okay. Obviously, you're still welcome if you want to be here. If you celebrate Hanukkah or you don't, or you just celebrate the solstice or whatever, everybody's welcome here. But I do love Christmas, and I do say Merry Christmas. I love Christmas, but of course, happy to all the holidays, right? Happy Hanukkah, happy solstice. But I do celebrate Christmas, so you're going to see lots of Christmas on my channel, just saying. But you can still be here, of course, unless, you know, you're just super offended and you can't stand anything Christmas. But everybody's welcome here. So I love to decorate for Christmas. I don't mind. I mean, obviously, I'd love to be able to spend Christmas with my family, but like I said, I don't want my elderly parents on the road when it's icy and foggy and dark out. It's not worth it to me, right, for them to get injured. So, love to see them. But I love to decorate for Christmas, and I don't mind having my tree up by Thanksgiving. It makes me happy. So I am happy to put this up. I get happy to decorate. Having the lights on makes me happy. Okay, our sun is already setting at probably close to 4 o'clock here. So, you know, it's dark here early, and I love the Christmas lights. I can still see them. That is one thing. I can't see the colors of Christmas lights, but I can still see Christmas lights. And so I absolutely love them. I get very excited about them. And so I am excited to put up my tree. So I'm going to do that. So, what I say, the lights on this artificial tree stopped working literally years ago, and I'm like too busy buying yarn, y'all. If you're returning viewer, you know I love to buy yarn, so I am way too busy buying all the, you know, Christmas what I will of alpaca to mess around with spending money on another artificial tree. So I just use this one, and then I just tuck the little broken cord in underneath, and just put some functional lights on my tree that works. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to tuck in this little broken cord, pretend like it's not even there, right? I know. That's just how we roll around here, and it will just be me for Christmas anyways. So since the fam isn't going to be here, so it's not like there's going to be somebody here except for my mama who took, you know, police the Christmas tree. And my mom knows that. She's all right. She knows the fact that my little tree the lights don't work on my little tree. So, all right, so let's get out our little, I put the bow on left. Look at this giant tacky gold bow I put on the top of it. And get out our little Christmas tree skirt. I do gold. If you're colorblind like myself, I do red and gold. So I've got a giant gold bow that's going to go on my tree. We got a gold Christmas tree skirt here. We're going to do red and gold little balls. So, when I was hanging up my ornaments for Taco Tuesday, I was hanging up some ornaments, and I was talking about, I'm trying to find it back, y'all. Trying to find it back. These little guys. Okay, I was looking at this one on Tackle Tuesday, and I was like looking at the yarn on this one, and I was like, I am so impressed, you guys, that I crocheted the fingering weight yarn. I crocheted with it. Guess what, y'all? I didn't crochet with it. Yes, it's a fingering weight yarn. I did not crochet with it. These are knit snowflakes. Crack myself up, y'all. These are knit snowflakes. That's why I was able to do them in a fingering weight yarn, because yes, I can knit just fine with a fingering weight yarn, but I definitely struggle to crochet with fingering weight yarn. Can I do it? Yeah. Have I done it? Yeah. But I definitely struggle. So that's what these are. These little guys are knit snowflakes. I was like, boy, that's a fine yarn for me to have crocheted with when I'd only been crocheting for, you know, like less than 6 months or something. So that mystery solved as to what that is. Okay. So let me hang that. That's what made me think of it. I got some more of them. This is another, look at this. This is another knit snowflake that I think we're going to try to find a little hanging thing for and hang it on the tree. So we're going to put our little tinsel on. We got a tinsel here going on. I might pause the camera and look. I don't know what color this tinsel is though. It might be gold. It might be silver. It might be green for all I know. But we're just gonna put, I gotta get my Christmas lights out. That's what probably needs to happen. I don't know, should we put the tinsel on first and then lights? How do you guys like to do it? Let me know your thoughts on decorating before Thanksgiving. I might put this up on Thanksgiving. If I have a chance to sit down and stitch with you even a little bit, we might do a quick WIP Wednesday. We will see. But if not, you might see this for WIP Wednesday, because this Christmas decorating, this gift wrapping, I started the gift wrapping, all of this, it's my WIP this week. Woo, is it ever? So it's keeping me busy. It is definitely work. So we will try and get our tinsel on our tree. Let me know, do you guys have like a process how you decorate? I feel like tinsel and lights need to go on first, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. I might have to pause the camera and look for some functional Christmas lights, because that's the one thing. I do keep like my ornaments and all of that together, but I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know where my most functional Christmas lights are. That I put lights on over the top of, these lights that don't work on the tree. So, because I like the lights, that's my thing. So I think I'm gonna put the tinsel on first. But let me know, do you have like a specific order in how you decorate your tree? Do you like to do lights first? Do you like to keep bumping my little garland here? And I can feel it, like I'm pulling on that. Do you have like an order on how you do it? Like, do you have like, it's always done this way, like you just put tinsel on first and then you put the lights on? That's what I feel like. I feel like you put tinsel on first, then you put lights on. Let's see, this tinsel might be a little bit short for my little tree, but I think my tree's not that big. I think we're gonna call that good. Love to hear if that's gold or green or what. So, tinsel on the tree. Yay me. I think I'm going to pause the camera, look for some functioning Christmas lights. Be right back. Get a sip of the coffee. Okay. Okay, got the coffee. Still drinking another Starbucks caramel latte. That's what's in the cup. What's in your cup? This is a BYOB, bring your own beverage. Sorry, can't provide one for you. So, I'm drinking coffee. Let me know what's in your cup, what you're doing with me today. Have you started the decor? Do you have like Christmas decorating traditions at your house? Do you have certain days when you put up the tree? Are you a family that decorates as a family on Thanksgiving? Is it the day after Thanksgiving? Is it the weekend after Thanksgiving? Or is it like December 1st? Is that still too premature for some of you? I don't know, but I'd like to know all the things, right? So we got some functioning lights. We have them plugged into a smart plug with Miss Overachiever Helpful, Alexa. We're not going to say her name because she'll be like, what? And then all the years across the world, we'll be going, what, right? But that's kind of nice. I don't know how many of you know that, but you can get smart plugs for your smart devices. And then, now I'll be the first to tell you, I'm a little creeped out and bothered by the Internet of Things. Like, I don't have a smart fridge or anything. Oh my goodness, these lights might have like a little bit of a short in them because they keep going out. Even I can't see that. I hope that they're going to function. Jiggle them just so, right? That's what you usually do to make Christmas lights work. Jiggle them just so. Yay! Okay, probably have to do a lot of that. Getting them to go on and stay on. Hopefully they'll stay on in their little position. Hope I don't get them on the tree and then they go out and then I have to pick up the whole tree and shake it about and do the hokey pokey with my Christmas tree and whatever, right? Wrap this around and around and around. That's the nice thing about Christmas lights still for me. I still have enough sight that I can see them. So that makes the decorating, I'll be honest with the tinsel, I can still, obviously I can feel the tinsel, but it's a little bit more challenging for me. The lights I can very clearly see, so I can do this. Now, I'm not doing a very good job of it. Obviously, already got them like tangled, yeah, I already got them tangled. Might have to go back and I might have to go back. You guys remember, like, how many of you fight with the Christmas lights, trying to get them just right and just the right? I remember my dad used to do these when I was a kid. Woo, language! Let me tell you, that's where I got my salty mouth from, y'all. Listening to my daddy fight with the Christmas lights. All the words, y'all. All the words. Yeah. That was one thing that would bring it out of him, let me tell you. All the words, all the language when he would be fighting with the Christmas lights, trying to get them to come on, get them untangled, make sure they worked. Of course, we were doing lights for the tree. We were doing lights for the, he would hang up the lights in the front yard, and lots of lights in the front yard. We had like a cement reindeer when I was a kid for Rudolph in the yard, and he'd string them just right to get the red nose on Rudolph. A huge cement reindeer. It was so heavy, and it eventually cracked, right? Because it was cement, so in the cold, it expands and contracts and does what cement does. So eventually it cracked and went apart, and it was so heavy. But we had like a huge cement reindeer with antlers that, of course, eventually broke off because, again, cement and single-digit temperatures over years and years, right? But he used to do all the Christmas lights and all the decorating, and get pretty feisty, get pretty colorful. But he was tired. He'd be working all day in the kitchen, on his feet all day, cooking, right? And cooking steaks, cooking burgers, cooking French fries, cooking Chinese food, whatever. He worked a lot of different restaurants, and so wherever he was, sometimes 2 restaurants at a time, work a breakfast shift, the evening shift. So he was tired and coming home from work late, and then we were staying up late because, of course, we wanted to be spectators of the whole process, right? My mom was at work working evening shift, and so he was left to, babysit and deal with us after work. So, he was tired and grumpy, but we wanted to, be there and see all the Christmas lights happening. So we were there, but sometimes it did bring out the language. All the language. That might not be the best, huh? Oh. Sorry, I kind of got my back to y'all. I'm trying to get this so this little cord is in the back, or tucked in a little bit. I don't want to have my back to you guys totally, though. I know sometimes I do, like in the Tackle It Tuesday video, trying to get that wrapped around there. And not turn my back on you guys a lot. But anyway, I just thought some people might want a little company. So let me know your traditions. Let me know if you decorate or not. Let me know when you do it. Do you do all the lights? Do you do as a family together? Do you have like little traditions with that? I would love to hear from you on how you do it, what day you do it, who all is involved, real tree or artificial tree. Some people are going to be appalled that I have an artificial tree, especially when I have a yard full of fresh trees. Other people are going to be appalled that people cut down real trees, right? So, but I do have a yard full of beautiful natural pine trees, and I do walk around there and be like, ooh, I really want to cut that one down and bring it inside, but then it's going to be dried out and dead in 30 days. So that way I get to go outside and enjoy it all the time. If I leave the trees outside, right? Leave the trees outside. So, yeah. So that's what I do. I do an artificial tree. That's pretty much, we did a real tree a couple times as kids, but not very often. For the most part, we did artificial trees. So what do you guys think? Do I have the lights on pretty good? I struggle still. I don't have depth perception. I've got like nystagmus, and my eyes wobble and bobble about in my head, and I really can't see straight very well. Can't focus my eyes. So, you know, it's a little challenging for me, but I still think it's fun, right? I mean, to me, Christmas decorating is about having fun. It's not going to be perfect, but you know what? I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not. So, I'm not going to sit here on the internet and tell anybody that I'm perfect, because I'm not. So my decorating's not going to be perfect. I'm not sitting here on the internet judging you because you're not perfect, because your stitching's not perfect, or your decorating's not perfect. I'm just doing it because it makes me happy. I'm doing it because it brings me joy. And in case you want to get inspired, or in case it makes you happy, or maybe you're not able to decorate. I know some people aren't, right? Some people have disabilities and health conditions in life where they're just trying to tuck that cord a little bit better. They're just not able to decorate anymore, and it's something that they used to really enjoy. It used to bring them a lot of joy, and that's why I kind of chose to do this. I was like, nah, don't turn the camera on, just decorate, blah, 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 right? And be back with your people on Saturday. And I did think about that. But I do know that there are people with all kinds of disabilities in the world. Seniors, but not everybody who's a disability is a senior. I was born visually impaired. I was born legally blind. I have a congenital disability, and people have all kinds of health conditions and disabilities that can keep them from being able to decorate anymore, right? And so I was like, you know what? Some people might still enjoy the process, right? They might still enjoy seeing it. So you're visually impaired, the lights are on the tree. I think they're just plain old white lights. I'm not sure. I got the little gold, and my little tree skirt is like 2 separate halves. I just tied it together. It's gold and it's glittery, y'all. Is anybody surprised that I have a gold glittery tree skirt? Does that surprise anybody? Shouldn't. If you're a returning viewer and you watch my knitting videos, that should not surprise you. So mine's just in like 2 little halves, right? And then I just tie it together in the front, and then leave it open in the back. So the tree skirt is on, the lights are on, the tinsel is on, and now we just got these little baubles, these little, kind of like the little old-fashioned ornaments. Like I said, if you're visually impaired like myself, they are red, they are gold, they are sparkly. Some of them, not all of them, not all are sparkly, but some are definitely sparkly and glittery. And that too should not surprise anybody, right? The fact that I got some little sparkly ornaments, right? That should not surprise anybody. If you know how much I love a Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca, if you know how much I love the puzzle shimmer, if you know how sad I get when those yarns become no longer available. OMG, I'm so sad about that. The puzzle shimmer. I just started playing with it, you guys. And I was like, what? How come they're discontinuing this yarn? It's fabulous. So, by the way, I did go back and check out Premiere, and they got a little bit more of the puzzle shimmer in the maze, right? The green. I'm having a hard time doing that while trying to do it from that angle. So, my branches are kind of high on this side, aren't they? I'd have to tug them down a little bit. I don't want to have my back to you guys too much, but obviously, I'm trying to figure out like the whole visually impaired thing, me trying to figure out angles in cameras, and I'm like, what's the best angle? Where's the best place to put the camera in here? And so that, look at that, we got like a little horse, adorable. You guys, if you watched some of my earlier video, I talked about my horses. This is a rural property out on 5 acres, and so before the house was here, there were horses living out here on this property. Beautiful, beautiful horses that I used to come out here and take care of after work. Loved it. So, miss them, of course, very much, but there's a house here that I'm living in now. So, that's just, miss the horses. Hope that one day I'll get to have them again. But you know, for now we just have to like decorate with horses. So that's what we're doing. But I want to hear from you on your thoughts, your traditions. Do you enjoy this? Are you happy to be here on the ride with me, doing the decorating, seeing? I don't know. Like I said, this might be my WIP Wednesday video. It might be, I might put it up for Thursday. For people who are like, I do not want to see that. I don't know. I haven't decided. I just know that I'm too busy right now, way too busy right now to sit down and do some stitching, but I hope to soon. So I was working on that baby blanket, and I'm like, we might have that baby blanket done for Finish It Friday, right? And I don't think we're gonna have that baby blanket done for Finish It Friday, okay? Since I did the Mondays with May video, have not touched the baby blanket at all because why? Well, first of all, I've been busy doing the cleaning and the decorating and the, you know, trying to pack up my life and prepare for company. But also I got distracted. I did start my Christmas blanket. Yeah, I did. I started crocheting the Christmas blanket. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that for WIP Wednesday. But also, okay, Tackle It Tuesday, I was like, I showed you the placemat that I did for Crystal from Bag O' Day, right? That pretty little placemat. And I was like, that looks so pretty in the green, right? So what do you think I did when I even had like a moment to, trying to make sure I don't put this on a branch that's already got something. When I even had a moment to sit down and stitch, what do you think I did? I was like, let's crochet some green placemats. Yeah, that's right. That is right, you guys. Baby blanket got put down because I was like, green placemats were in my mind, in my head, and they would not leave me alone, okay? The idea of the green and white placemats would not leave my mind. And so guess what? That's what I started. So will they be done for Finish It Friday this week, since the baby blanket is not going to make it for Finish It Friday? Well, I'm not at the present moment. I'm not sure. I don't know yet. So life is just feeling a little bit too busy, a little bit too hectic, a little too chaotic. But I still thought I'd keep some people company, right? If you're out there and you just like to be on YouTube and look for some, you know, some real people to hang out with. I mean, obviously, right? We watch TV and we watch the the highly produced and the highly edited TV and all that. But sometimes there's something about, you know, my YouTube people that I watch. There's something about just hanging out with real people, right? Real everyday people doing real everyday things. There's something about it that feels a little more natural. Like they're not perfect, they're not polished. They don't make me feel like I have to be perfect and I have to be polished, right? That's what I enjoy about hanging out with some of the YouTube channels that I watch, is that they're not perfect, they're not polished, they're not, some of them are heavily edited, okay? There's some people out there on YouTube who do super professional, super heavily edited videos, and there's nothing wrong with that. If they want to do that, there's nothing wrong. I'm not judging them for it at all. I'm like, go for it. You got some skills to edit and, you know, put all the time into doing that. So I'm not judging, I'm not being harsh or critical. I think we all have our own styles. I'm trying to feel this tree, you guys, and look for places. It's really hard for me to figure out if I get all my decorations balanced or not, because, you know, can't see them. So I would be lying to you if I said this was easy. It's not. I mean, it's not hard, obviously. It's not hard, but it's not the simplest thing for me to feel around my tree and figure out where the decorations are and where they're not already. Oh my goodness, y'all. I don't know if I'm ever even gonna post this video because I'm like, oh my goodness. It's kind of that's, you know, it kind of challenges me. Oh, see, and I'm knocking them off. I'm feeling the branches, looking to find an empty one where it doesn't look too cluttered. And what do? I knock off ornaments that are already on the tree. So, got that done. And I'll put a few more on. It's a little tree, so it gets crowded pretty easily. Like to put these big baubles near the bottom. Well, maybe I'll find a spot for another one of these. But I know for me, and like I said, I'm not judging the people who do the highly edited, highly polished videos, but to me sometimes there's something nice about hanging out with other people that are just like, everyday people, right? That are doing everyday life. Like it's almost more like hanging out with a friend, which is kind of fun, in my opinion. As somebody who's home a lot, as somebody like myself, by myself a lot, and so it's nice. Not that I'm not bothered by being alone. Okay, I'm not lonely at all. I'm not lonely. I'm not uncomfortable with being alone. Nothing like that. Like my mom sometimes has concerns because she has concerns sometimes that her daughters are lonely. They are not. We're crafters. Yeah, we're crafters. We are certainly, my crafts and my hobbies keep me so busy. I'm looking for a hook for that, and I can't find one. So not lonely, but I know that still is nice sometimes to kind of just hang out with other everyday people on YouTube. So I think I'm just going to do a couple more of these with y'all, and then I will go. So I don't want to make this super long because I might end up putting this together out on Thursday. If indeed I find some time to hang out and stitch, then I might just put this in on Thursday. So with a few other clips or something, trying to find an empty spot, trying to make sure I'm not crowding my ornaments. I do want to show you all this one though. This is such a special one. If I could find it. Look at this. Okay, so some of you know, if you're a returning viewer, I had 3 German Shepherd guide dogs. I had Genevieve, who I got when I was 17, the summer between my junior and senior year of high school. I got my first German Shepherd guide dog, Genevieve. And then she worked for about 6 years. She retired after our first year in Portland. Got Albie between my first and second year graduate school. He worked for another 6 years. My dogs seem to work about 6 years, but that means they're almost 8 when they retire. And that does seem to be about the average retirement age of guide dogs is about 8. And then I had Rosie. And so German Shepherds are very special dogs to me. And so look at this, y'all. We have a German Shepherd. All 3 of my guide dogs are gone. They've all passed away. My last one, Rosie, passed away in 2012, so 13 years ago, that I have been without my wings. And when I got Genevieve, I said she was like my wings. She was like my freedom, right? I felt like I was soaring and flying. So in so many ways, this German Shepherd with wings, obviously it symbolizes that in my mind, they're little angels because they're not with me here on earth anymore. But also, I really thought of them as my wings, as my independence, as my freedom, as sort of soaring. And I would say, like, I got my wings when I got Genevieve because I really felt like I was, moving through the world in a whole nother way. So, so this is a Christmas ornament. Or any kind of ornament. It really doesn't just have to be for Christmas. But it's a German Shepherd and it's got the little wings on it. So this is like my most specialist ornament ever. So we gotta find a special place for that. We don't know which one of my dogs this is. There's only one of them. Can you believe that? I had 3 guide dogs and we only had 1 German Shepherd ornament. So we're gonna put that on the tree though. And it just represents my beautiful, beautiful baby. So I think I'm gonna go for now. So this isn't too long, but oh, look at this too. This guy's too heavy for my little tree, really, he is. But look at this, Eeyore! Who loves Eeyore? I love Eeyore. Eeyore, from Winnie the Pooh, right? Eeyore, yeah. Oh bother, right? Love me some Eeyore. So somebody got me an Eeyore Christmas ornament all wrapped up in lights, but he's pretty hefty. He's got some. Oh, he did not break though. I did not hear the sound of Eeyore breaking, thankfully. So, but I will have to refix his little hanger thing. So I think I better go and look for Eeyore. Okay, bye-bye. Hi, all my yarn lovers, fiber artists, knitters, stitchers. Yeah, I said I don't know if we're going to do a WIP Wednesday video yet this week because this right here is my WIP. Yes, I have started the gift wrapping here so that I can have all of this done before Thanksgiving. So that's what I'm working on this week. Don't know if we're going to get to do some stitching. We might still get a quick WIP Wednesday video in. I don't know if you're actually going to see this or not.
Recording button.
Yeah.
Double tap to activate.
One more reason why we are not doing a stitching video this week for WIP Wednesday. In addition to, you know, cleaning, decorating, wrapping Christmas gifts, getting ready to host and do Thanksgiving and Christmas all at once. Half of my glass shower door decided, yes, it's a good time to shatter into a million shards of glass as I was getting in, or no, out of the shower, excuse me. So yes, I literally did nothing for one afternoon except spend hours sweeping and shoveling up glass from my bathroom and the inside of my shower. Apparently, it's not safety glass. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, lots to keep me busy this week. So this week we're decorating, we're cleaning, and hopefully we'll be back to our regular schedule next week.
Pause.
And that's what half
System
a
sound
glass
volume set to
shower
0%.
door looks like in a million shards in a bucket. Yeah.
Stop.
Hey y'all, thank you so much for joining me this week for Tackle It Tuesday, WIP Wednesday. I know they've been a little bit different than what we were doing, right? I know that. I really appreciate your patience with that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I really want to sit down here and stitch with y'all, but well, you know, right? I still have to get this bed cleared off, and I'm exhausted. And instead of putting stuff away, what did I do? I got out my animation in white and in Douglas fir, and I was like, ooh, I want to make some placemats. Like, aren't they pretty? Aren't they pretty? So, it's my hope that I'm going to be able to actually sit down and film a Finish It Friday with you all this week. I thought it was going to be the baby blanket. The baby blanket got no love, since Monday's video. So, I hope that I can sit down. We'll do a quick Finish It Friday maybe. But right now, I have to focus on cleaning up this space a little bit more. But that is a peek at Finish It Friday. Aren't they pretty? Oh my goodness. So I have to put that stuff away. And as I said, yeah, look, I started the Christmas blanket. That's also why the baby blankets. Look at this. I really want to sit down here and stitch this with you all. But the truth is, I have to do some frogging, you guys. I have to clean this bed up. I have to frog these socks. I totally messed up on them. I thought we were going to have some Christmas socks. We might, but those are going to have to get restarted. Look at this is the blue. No, not that. That's something else. What's that? We don't know what that is. Here it is. The blue top that I started. What in the world is that? I don't even, oh, it's the blue hat I made a long time ago this spring that I lost. That's right. And then I was cleaning this room and I found the blue hat that I made in Cotland. That's what happens when I clean, y'all. I find stuff. Yeah. I don't even remember what color it is. I want to say it's some shade of blue. Maybe the Nightfall, but maybe not. Maybe, no, not Nightfall. Oh, I can't think, you guys, but it's one of the really dark blues. Darker than Nightfall. But look, this is the Nightfall. This is one of the tank tops I started this summer. Y'all, I think I started this in August. I think it's time to frog it, y'all. I think we're going to start with frogging the socks. I wish I didn't have to frog these. It's painful, you guys. It's painful to frog these socks. It is, but sometimes it's got to be done, right? It's got to be done. So, will we have Christmas socks this year? Maybe not. Maybe not. We don't know what's going to happen after Thanksgiving. But yes, I am sad that I have to frog these, but I just do. So, I don't know if we're going to have Christmas socks this year as much as I wanted to have Christmas socks this year. But they're red and white. Now they're the holly berry and the white, which I love, because I got a skirt and I got a couple of skirts actually in holly berry that I might have put them away. I don't know for sure if I put them away, but I think I might have, you guys. I actually think I put stuff away, which is hard for me to believe since I feel like I'm just constantly getting stuff out. I'm like, oh, what's the next video? What do I need for that? What do I need for that? Really, that's what life is like when you do this YouTube stuff. I love doing it, though. I absolutely do, and I feel blessed that I have, you know, yarn in the house. And we're doing a frog it party, y'all. We are having a frog it party. Rip it, rip it, rip it, rip it. Anybody else want to rip it, rip it? Got a project? Have any of you got like a project sitting around that you got a frog and you're kind of sad to do it? It's okay, you guys. Let's be sad together for just a moment. Let's take a moment, right? Let's take a moment, be sad for the project that we put work and time into and realize that we messed up when we joined our yarn and our stripes are a little bit, you know, uneven. A little bit lopsided. I do know how to do color projects. You've seen my orange and black socks have to get put away, right? My parents aren't going to sleep with my orange and black socks, right? So these have to get off the bed, put away. So you guys know I know how to do stripies, right? Well, I look at my stripies. They got it on the bottom, not on the front. The front of the sock looks beautiful, but the back of the sock, for some reason, look at that. It's got like a boop. It's got a jog in the colors. OMG. Oh. And I didn't even realize it for a little bit, obviously, right? I kept knitting for a while. I just kept knitting. And then I'm like, oh, I actually really tried to look and see them with my eyeballs. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So we have to frog our socks. And these might end up being a Valentine's Day project. We'll have to wait and see how projects go, how December goes for me. I'm working on the Christmas blanket. It is also red, white, and green. If you're colorblind, like myself, I'm gonna. Oh my goodness! Excuse me, you guys. Oh my God! Can't believe I just sneezed on camera. Whew. I should stop the camera and restart it. But at this point, it's one of those days. I'm tired. I honestly just want to lay down in this bed and go to sleep, and I still got stuff to do. I'm tired, you guys, so tired. So, but the frogging party must happen. So I am really sad about this. So I'm working on the Christmas blanket, though. It's the puzzle shimmer blanket that I've been talking about doing since, I don't know, September. Did I talk about it in September, maybe? Maybe. And I was like, should I start my Christmas blanket yet? And then October, like, should I start my Christmas blanket yet? And then I'm like, it's November, girl. If you don't start your Christmas blanket, it's not going to get done this year. So it is the puzzle shimmer and the checkers and the maize and the Jack's Frost. And I'm loving that yarn so much. And I'm so sad now that it's like disappearing from, you know, I'm like, Premiere, what in the world? I'm sad that it took me this long to work with it and to appreciate it. And now you can't find, like, who's got the checkers, y'all? Does anybody know where we can get some puzzle shimmer in the checkers? I am so, especially now, I'm kind of frustrated with myself because you guys remember I bought it in that seashore color. And I can't even wear that color. I'm like, I bought, I think, 8 or 9 skeins of it in a color that I cannot wear. I have 8 or 9 skeins of it in a color I can't wear. I should have just got the checkers, right? Should have got the checkers. But I was like, oh, this seems like a nice color. It's beige. It's beige and I'm Chinese. So I'm really kind of bummed about that I spent money on a color. But that's how it goes for me, right? That's just life for me. So getting, you know, zigzags in my socks, that's just life for me. So, but I am doing this, the blanket and the checkers and the jack and the maze. And I can be honest with you, I can tell the jack from the checkers really well, and the Jack's Frost, the Jack Shimmer from the maze really well, but I am really, really struggling to tell the green from the red apart at all, especially in some places where the, you know, red's light and the green is dark. It's a struggle for me. So anyways, I'm going to have to do something to separate. I had them all in one of my little plastic bags. I'm going to have to do something to separate that all out. I think I'm going to have to segregate my red and my green. Do something different for myself with that. So, but anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for Tackle It Tuesday. Hope you guys didn't mind. I appreciate each and every one of you who's hanging out and watching these videos that are a little bit different. Did you like seeing some of the homemade ornaments? I thought that would be good for people who maybe don't, either like me and you have a small tree, or maybe you don't have a tree at all. Maybe you can't afford a tree. Maybe you just don't bother putting one up. Maybe you live in a tiny space, right? I lived in a 400 square foot studio apartment for about 4 years, y'all, with my guide dogs, with, you know, 85-pound German Shepherds. Let me tell you, there wasn't a lot of room, and it's a good thing I didn't start knitting until 2009. I lived there from 2006 to 2010, and I'm like, it's a good thing that I didn't start knitting. Might have to pause the camera, you guys, and blow my nose. Ooh, awkward. Anyways, hang on. My nose is running. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, I lived in a studio from 2006 till 2010 in downtown Portland in the Pearl District with my guide dogs, with Albie for 1 year before he retired, and then with Rosie. And I'm like, it's a good thing I didn't start knitting until 2009, y'all, because I mean, I got enough yarn right now. I could have filled up my 400 square foot apartment probably. I'd probably be sleeping on a bed of alpaca or something. So, you know, yeah, there's that, right? I didn't have money then to shop for yarn. Then I did buy a little bit of yarn once I started, but I just didn't have enough knowledge, you know, to really even knowledgeably shop for yarn. So, you know, there was that, right? Which is why I try to make my yarn sale videos really informative for people who are like brand new to the stuff, you know, to the yarn and the fibers and all of that. I'm like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I just didn't know. And so I like to try to help out people who are new to the yarny world, right? Who are new to fiber and yarn and knitting and crocheting and all of that. So, but I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me for Tackle It Tuesday, hanging up the ornaments for WIP Wednesday, even though we're, you know, doing the tree. I thought some people might like that, but I said some people might not even have the space to decorate, because you might live in a tiny space, or you might not have the health or the energy to put up a tree, right? But you might still enjoy seeing that, okay? So, I was like, you know what? Just do it. And that way, if somebody doesn't have the space or the energy to decorate and put up trees and things, then, that might get, if you're a crafter still, right, but you don't have the space or the energy to put up a tree, you can probably still knit and crochet little ornaments and get like a little, like, it doesn't even have to be like a mini garland, right? You could make, if you knit, you could do like some I-cord or something, right? You could knit up some I-cord even, and, you know, string that along like that, right? You could do it in a sparkly yarn or something, and you could make your own little cord for hanging up your ornaments, and then just make your own crafty little ornaments. So maybe you live in like a little studio like I did. I didn't even have a Christmas tree in my studio. I just didn't. I was like, no Christmas tree in the studio, just with me and my guide dog and all my stuff. It was stacked to the ceiling with stuff, with clothing, with, you know, workout gear, all the things in life, right? So, I did not have a Christmas tree there. So, but I could, if I had been crafting back then, that was something that I could have done. I could have gotten like a little mini garland or put like a little, string of something and then strung up some little mini ornaments that I made. And so if you can't afford a tree, but you craft, or you're living in a tiny apartment like a studio, or maybe you're living in like a care facility or a group home, or anything like that where you don't have space. I know some people who are seniors or disabled or retired or whatever are kind of confined to like a one room kind of a situation. That might give you an idea. Oh my goodness, y'all, what in the world did I do? Oh my goodness, might not be able to do this on camera. But that might give you an idea, right, on how to still craft and decorate your space that's still very affordable. So that's kind of why I did that. Not just because I wanted to do it with you guys, but I just was like, you know what? I want to give people who might be low income, who might be confined to smaller living spaces, who might be on a budget, who don't have the physical energy to decorate and do all the trees and stuff. Which, I'm doing a tree, but I'm just telling you guys, it's wiping me out, okay? Doing this, I'm so tired. Doing this decorating, getting ready for Christmas, and then, the whole shower door incident, OMG. All of that, it's just a lot for me. So company is not even here yet, and I'm exhausted. So I want to see my parents. I'm excited to see them, of course. But I am tired already. I'll see about maybe I don't know if I'm going to do a video on Thursday or not. I don't know yet. That's all I can say. I don't know yet. Because I know you guys are with your family, but then I feel torn because I do know that there are people out there who aren't going to be with family. So I'm like, maybe they'd want to see a quick video, say hi to my parents or something. So might even get Mama on camera this time a little bit. We got Papa, we got Daddy, we got Papa, I've got Sammy on our summer vacay video a lot, doing his thing. He's 89. Yes, he's cooking the turkey again. But we didn't really get my mom on camera very much. We got her voice on camera, and we got one picture of her. But she is pretty disabled these days. So I don't know how this visit's going to go for her. But maybe we'll be able to get her on camera, even if we're just, visiting for a little bit, or they just come on to say hi. It'd be quick anyway, probably. But we'll see what happens. So don't know yet if I'll be with you on Thursday or not. So, yeah, I want to be stitching. I want to be stitching on the blanket so badly. But instead, we are frogging. We are cleaning. We are doing the things, right? We're doing the things that have to get done, even when they're less fun, right? Frogging's not always fun, but I did, I'm learning, right? That's what we have to do sometimes. It's a learning process. So, the man that I used to date in my college years, I talk about him a lot, right? The guy that I went sailing with, the guy that I was dating during my undergraduate, not my graduate school boyfriend, my undergraduate boyfriend, the wildland firefighter. He would always say to me, if I messed something up, if I got something wrong, if I'd make a mistake, he'd say, "Did you learn something?" And if I could say yes, and he was like, "Well, okay, then it's not, it's not all for naught. It's not lost effort. It's not, not lost time. As long as you learn from your mistakes, it's gonna be okay, right? You're not gonna do that again, right? You're not gonna do that again, right?" I mean, that's he'd be like, "You're not gonna do that again." So, and he was right about that, so I think he'd always say, "Did you learn something?" So when I made a mistake, when I got something wrong at school or life or in general, he was always like, "Did you learn something?" And I'm like, "Yeah," so that's what I have to remind myself of with my projects here, with my crafting, it's knowledge, right? So I'm pretty sure figured out what I did with these socks, and I craft when I'm tired, when I'm really tired. You guys know that I craft early in the morning, late at night, craft on, 2 hours of sleep, because I just like to keep my hands busy. So, and dealing with, adjusting to having less sight. I'm going to be honest with you guys, decorating that tree is the hardest it's ever been for me to decorate a tree. And I know that that should be simple, right? I've been decorating trees since I was a little girl. Since, you know, I was like 2 or 3 or something. I've been putting ornaments on trees. But this is the most blind I've ever been. And, you know, decorating by myself. And so I know it doesn't look, I'm sure it doesn't look right. Like, I'm sure the ornaments aren't, you know, perfectly spaced apart. And I'm sure I probably got, you know, like patches of color, you know, too many red. My mom, even when I had more sight, my mom would be like, oh, you've got too many red ones in this area, you know. And she'd always want me to, you know, fix it and be like, you got too many gold ones over here and this and that and all of that. And so, you know, I'm positive that I probably got areas on that tree where I've got too many ornaments in one place, and, you know, too many gold ones in one place, and it's not perfectly balanced. But this is the most blind I've ever been and tried to decorate, and I'm still gonna and I can still see. Here's the funny thing is, like, I've got some glitter, because you guys know I love glitter yarn, right? I mean, come on, I'm sitting on some puzzle shimmer here, right? I got Christmas glitter wheel of alpaca. So I can see the light shine off of the glitter sometimes. And so I really like that. I like it a lot. It's all sparkly and stuff. So some of those ornaments are real glittery and shiny, and I can see the light shining off of it some. So that can kind of help me to pinpoint, okay, there's an ornament there, you know, that kind of a thing. So, so I like that. I like that about the shiny stuff, is like I can see the light shining off of it, and I can still locate some of them. But I can't see them all, you know, and this is the most blind I've ever been, and tried to decorate, you know, by feel. And so it challenged me. Part of me was still like, don't post the video, because, you know, it doesn't look probably the way that people can see would do it, right? Or even how I would have probably done it 10 years ago. But you know what? We all have our challenges in life, and I just want to be there to still, you know, say to people that you can do things. It might not be the way other people would do things, right? It might not look the way that other people would do things. It might be different than how, you know, other people would do it. But if you want to do it, right? Because like I said, Christmas makes me really happy. The lights make me happy. The sparkle, the glitter, the shine are things that I can still see, and it makes me happy. And so that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it for me. Like I said, there's just going to be my, you know, my parents are going to be here at, you know, Thanksgiving, and then that's it. And so I'm literally just putting that up for me. Right? No, nobody else. After they go, I'm putting it up early for them so that they can enjoy it with me, so we can enjoy it together and have a sense of Christmas together. But beyond that, it's really just going to be up for me for, you know, all of December, and probably all of January too. But who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. Sometimes I do leave my tree up till, you know, end of January. But sometimes I don't. It just depends. But it really makes me happy. And so, you know, I do it for me. And so I definitely want to say that to people. Like, even if it's just you and you're like, well, you know, why am I going to do that just for me, right? Do it just for you if it makes you happy. If it makes you happy and it brings you joy, then do it just for you. Even if nobody else is, you know, is coming over to see it, right? So that's kind of, I gotta put these needles away before I lose them. I don't even remember if these are, trying to feel if these are interchangeables or if they're fixed needles, you guys. I don't want to lose these. I think these are my reflections needles from Knit Picks. They've got the lace reflections needles. These are the ones I just have my socks off of. I think that's what these are, and I think these are my size 4s. So anyways, you know, life gets harder for me, right? Whether it's Christmas decorating, or whether it's figuring out that I messed up my socks, or whether it's dealing with the fact that I'm struggling to tell the red and the green apart anymore on my blanket. Life is full of challenges for me, right? But I keep doing it because it keeps making me happy. I'm certainly not, I'm not going to give it up. I might give the socks up for a little bit. I might give them up till, you know, February. We'll see though. I might get excited to do them again. but I might not. I might, get excited about placemats. I'm not gonna lie, I love, 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 love knitting, but crochet is fast, y'all. And I'm not even a fast crocheter. I'm not even a good crocheter. And I'm still like, oh, this is a lot faster than knitting. So anyways, I think, I could start frogging the top, but I'm going to try to put this all together with the tree video. So I think that's going to be long enough for a WIP It Wednesday. And obviously, I still have a lot more to do. So don't know if I'll be here on Thursday or not. And hopefully, I'll get around to doing Finish It Friday with the placemats. If not, then hey, we'll have a project ready for Finisher Friday for December, my friends. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for listening, for joining me, for the decorating, for, all of this, for the frogging party, right? We're playing Finish It or Frog It, right, my friends? It's okay. I thought we were going to do that on a Friday, but hey, today we're playing Finish It or Frog It. And I don't think, I could use this for Finish It Friday in case we don't get our placemat video done, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to go ahead and put this all together for a WIP Wednesday, because let me tell you, this is my WIP, right? This pile on the bed is my work in progress, okay? What do I say? I'm like, are we stitching? Are we crafting? Are we cleaning? Are we organizing? What are we doing together today? What's your WIP today, right? What's your work in progress? Well, this mess is my work in progress that has to be addressed. So I'm going to go and continue with this. I'm super tired, but I'm going to try to, get a little bit more organized, get my animation by Douglas fir put away before I want to start something else with it, because I kind of do. Okay. I'm going to try to stay focused on cleaning and focus maybe on the blanket. Who knows? Maybe something else will get, maybe something else sparkly and shiny will get my attention. So anyways, my friends, well, thank you so much for listening. And we have to say, right, creativity is for everybody, and cleaning is for everybody too. Even when you're visually impaired, right, you still got to clean up after yourself, clean up this mess every now and then. So until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now.